Hello, my name is Megan Flanagan, and I am a coach at FromWithin Coaching. And today kicks off the ICF's, the International Coaching Foundation, their International Coaching Week. Um, and I am honored today to be interviewing the founder of From Within Coaching, Amy Magyar. And Amy, welcome. I would love to have you first do a little intro for yourself, because I hope we'll be reaching people that we've never talked to before. And then in honor of International Coaching Week, I'd love to ask you the question today. I know we'll be talking throughout the week, a few questions about coaching, but what made you want to become a coach?
Ooh, good question. Good question. Remind me of that question because I'll probably go on a tangent. So just a
It's
warning to
okay.
the listeners now. I'll try to stay tight. This is awesome. And thank
Thank
you
you.
again, Megan, for having me on and for all that you do From Within, both on the front half and the back half. International Coaching Week, right? I mean, this is it. This is about celebrating our industry and a way of life, right? A very coach-like way of living. So Amy Magyar. The name of my company is From Within Coaching. I have been coaching. It is coming up on almost 18 years,
Can't believe it.
and I have been full-time coaching for almost 15, which is just mind-blowing to me. Because that has as long as I was working in some other industries prior to this. So just
Mhm.
realizing it's been that long is just yeah, it's just absolutely mind-blowing. I personally am based out of Burlington part of the year. I try to spend a lot of time in DC as well. And From Within itself is based all over the country and now internationally as well. So it's kind of nice. In coaching, we've been able to work virtually for a very long time.
Mhm.
So it's great to just be able to connect with people in all different areas of the country and the world. And have these little amazing pockets of people that we've worked with. So we get to know a lot of different regions because of that, which is kind of nice. Even though I'm tucked away in Vermont, I know what's happening. Our career coaches know what are happening in LA, know what happens in Austin, and knows what happens, in New York City in terms of trends and themes. So pretty cool to have that kind of reach and that broad reach.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the level of coaches that we have it From Within, and there are some that are based out of Burlington, Vermont, but they're like you said, they're all over the country, they're all over the world. Their backgrounds are phenomenal. When I think of Lou from Patagonia, and I just think of the coaches, and their backgrounds are just like, it's mind-blowing. So if you're hearing this, definitely go to the Meet the Coaches page at FromWithin.com and do a little lurking, a little, trolling to see who our coaches are and where they come from, because it's pretty fascinating.
What I
Um,
will say is it's not important for me, but I know it's often important for others to know I am a PCC, professionally certified coach through the
mhm,
ICF. I'm a mentor coach, and I also have a master's degree in education and change management. What does that mean? Doesn't matter. What it means is I'm a good coach for somebody. I coach personally coaches who are becoming coaches
mhm,
or who have been a coach and are maybe just feeling the rub. So it's called a mentor coach.
right,
Um, and that's really at the end of the day, yes, I have certifications. Yes, I've gone to school. At the end of the day, I can't say it enough. It's so important to just feel connected to your coach and not
agree.
get so caught up in what school they went to. I mean, half the schools people don't even know how to compare this school to that school.
Mhm.
I just tell people that are maybe listening, hey, what it's really about is do you feel connected to your coach? That's the most important thing. So, but I
Yeah.
do know that a couple of those alphas need to happen after a name for people to feel comfortable. So I'm happy to throw that out, but
Yeah, and I'll just add before I prompt us our next question, but I will add, in this space of coaching, there unfortunately is a lot of um illegitimate coaches, people that just woke up one day and they think they should be a coach, and they have no idea of the kind of like the backbone of coaching, and the ethics and the training and the things that go into it to train you to be a good and ethical coach and not mess somebody up further.
Yeah, good point.
And so there's a lot of sifting through that. So I think that one of the things when I think about From Within, I think of trust because, I
Mm,
trust the people that you've selected as coaches for your organization as the core members and the trusted partners program.
yeah,
It has the word trust in there. I trust that you've done the vetting and that you've made sure that, you'll do no harm. And it's kind of like the medical doctor's oath
sure.
to do no harm. And I think that um, uh, there's a fair amount of coaches out there who don't think about that and actually do some harm. But that being said,
Yeah.
I would love to go back to it wasn't 18 years ago. And truth be told, I've known you for over 20 years, so I do know some of the pre-story. But what led you to be interested in a coach when you were at that corporate job and you were like asked to do this thing or you thought you could do this thing and then you had this thought about, wow, I could be a coach or something lit you up that said, like, what exactly was that story?
Yeah. Great question. So I firmly believe at the end of the day, you are born, um, and sort of nurture takes over in terms of you being genuinely curious.
Mhm.
And so I actually went to school. One of the things I was thinking about doing was getting into psychology, working with the criminally insane. Didn't take that path for a lot of reasons.
Or maybe
But I
you
had a
did.
curiosity. Maybe I did. I don't know. We don't want to judge the former industry I was in. But, um, at the end of the day, this desire to help people create awareness
Mhm.
was really key for me. But I didn't like some of the psychology, the direction some of the psychology was headed. And this was way before positive psychology, because if that existed, I probably would have stuck with it. Um, and so my background was definitely in understanding the power of the brain. But I walked away from that. And when it was brought to my attention by my sister, who actually had hired a career coach for herself she was a lawyer and wanted to make some changes in her life career wise. And she called me and said, I just met with a career coach. Do you know what coaching is? And she explained to me that basically it's not like therapy. It's about true awareness and moving forward, and really it's this whole thing of discovery,
Mhm.
and it's in a really super healthy way. And at that point, positive psychology already existed, and so I was like, is it like positive psychology? She said, I kind of get the feeling it is, but this is so you've been doing this your entire life, and doing this means people walking into my office sitting down and saying, I hate my life, I hate my boyfriend, I hate how I feel, I could use some advice. And so pretty much prior to my sister saying career coaching, that's exactly what I did. Was I offered advice. And in hindsight, I wish I had known not to actually offer advice, but instead to just more listen and help the person come to their own awareness, which is really what coaching is about. The number of people that say, just tell me what to do. And I'm like, well, that hasn't worked before for you. Why would it work now?
Right.
And so, the second I learned about career coaching and coaching in general, I totally stalked it. I went online, and this was sort of the beginning of online, and, sort of went to some of the rudimentary websites. What is coaching? I found out that I actually lived basically in between two of the largest coaching schools in the world. And I made every excuse. And I find this happens, that when you fall in love, whether it's with a person, a thing, or an idea, we're scared of it because we don't want to
Mhm.
fail at it. So I made every excuse in the world to not move forward with coaching, even though I knew it truly felt like it was the next step for me. So I made the excuse of, oh, it'll be too expensive to go to school. I don't have the time. I think maybe I threw in there, I just wouldn't be any good. But I think I used the other excuses more. I absolutely had imposter syndrome. And I just hid from it, stalked it, but hid from it. And it wasn't until I came back to the East Coast, where you and I are both from, and had an opportunity within an organization where they basically said, hey, we have a coaching program that we're starting up.
Right.
And we'd like you to be not only part of this program in learning about coaching, but also to become a coach within the organization loosely. And I thought to myself, well, I've been running away from this for how long? Which turned out to be about 3 years, um, maybe a little even over that. What I realized is that I could not run away any longer, that it was going to track me down and find me, which it exactly did. And
Mhm.
so when the person said to me, do you know what coaching is? I could smile and say, I do. Tell me more. And so that's where really where I sort of caught up to coaching, because I feel like it probably has always been in my life. And then when I learned to stop telling people advice, but
Mhm.
instead asking and getting curious about what have they tried? What's coming up for them? That made it so much more sustainable and more effective than
Yep.
just telling somebody what to do, because people there's a lot of places to go for advice. We are not advice poor in this
No.
world.
No.
But the question is it the right advice for you? And so that's where everything connected when I started going to school and getting the training to understand what my role was facilitator of awareness, but not advice giver.
Right.
That was huge.
That's a game changer. That was a game changer for me as well, to kind of have that shift. Like, you're not the person that, oh, I should tell you what to do, or I know what you should do. Because we all know what other people should do.
And
But
it
to your point, is it going
right,
to get
right.
them
Even when we
from point A to point B, which is why they're coming to us? Like,
totally. And even though we maybe see where that path is for them, it doesn't matter if we see it, they need to be able to see it, right? You
yeah,
can't drive on a road without lights on. You can only
right,
get so far.
right,
So they need to
right.
be able to see it.
Yeah.
So true.
I love the analogy of, you can tell somebody like, okay, well, if you're hungry, you just need to go fish, like go catch food. And they're like, okay, like, but what does that mean? Like, you didn't help them get from point A to point B because they still have to go through all the steps to learn it or to figure out their learning process, what's best for them,
Yeah.
to anchor everything in so that at the end of the day, they know where to go buy the fishing pole. They know how to be sustaining. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
love
that's
it.
just it, right? Is self-sustaining. That even the name of our company, From Within, it's
Mhm.
not Amy Magyar Coaching, because it's really not about me as the coach or any of the coaches, right?
Right.
It's about helping somebody tap into what's within them. And
Yep.
everything comes from within. People just have decided not to listen to themselves
Right.
or feel like they need permission, right? I'm sure
Yes.
you run into that all the time,
Yeah.
coaching, especially with female business owners.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. But well, this was a great topic to start us off and kick off International Coaching Week. Thanks for chatting with us today. We will be chatting all week. Um, for people who are watching, you can tune into our Facebook page, From Within Coaching. You can tune into our YouTube channel, From Within Coaching. Check us out on LinkedIn, Instagram. You'll see in the notes of this video any place you can find us on social. So we hope you'll join us all week as we talk about all things coaching with all of our coaches at From Within Coaching. And again, you can check all them out at Meet the Team on FromWithinCoaching.com. But thank you, Amy, for joining us, and happy International Coaching Week.
And to you as well. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.